Hey guys, Haas with Haas Games and Cards, and I hope you're all doing awesome because you all deserve it. If you don't know me already, you will very soon. Guys, we're going to talk about Ascended Heroes in that cluster of a situation. It's such crap, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to go over it. We're going to talk about product, how much of it. We kind of already talked about that in a different video, but we're going to talk about that and just pricing, availability, all that crap. The release waves, the stupidity, everything. But first, HaasGamesandCards.com. It is our online Pokemon website. We got awesome products and even accessories like this cool Charizard Neon Kanto sleeves for your cards. Very cool. Very cool. But also, my friends, we have a February booster box giveaway right here. Right here. All you have to do is click on it, like, comment, subscribe. Your chances of winning are pretty good. We only have 68 views. So kind of crazy that all of our other ones have had so many more. So I'm going to put the video in the description of this video. You need to go like, comment, subscribe, get into it. Your chances of winning are pretty dang good right now. If you don't like free stuff, especially a booster box, something's wrong with you. Extremely wrong. You're mental and you need help. Lots of help. Ascended Heroes. Let's talk about it. We have not Wave 2. So there's different release dates and waves of product, right? And sorry, my voice is all screwed up. I have been yelling a lot at work. Work has been crazy. I've missed making a ton of videos because of work. We're catching up on things. And actually, I just barely recorded this video, but noticed my audio wasn't recording. So I have to do it all over again, and I don't script it. I just go off and blab, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to try to remember everything I said, which probably won't happen. So, Pokemon and Ascended Heroes, this stupid release schedule. Like I said, there's different dates that different product comes out, and then there's a Wave 1 release and a Wave 2 release. Wave 1, if we recall, in January, was supposed to have 2-pack blisters and 3-pack blisters. The 2-packs got delayed and pushed back to this February 20th release, and we only got the 3-pack blisters. There was not a ton of availability. It was super expensive, super annoying. Couldn't even really find too much of it in stores. Very terrible. So, I'm getting my shipment for the 20th coming in on the 17th. So keep an eye out on your local stores, your card shops, everything. Stock of it should be coming soon. Sometimes Walmart's dumb enough to put it out early. So keep an eye out. You might get lucky. And that's the whole name of the game, is to get lucky and try to catch this at MSRP, right? I'm not selling it at MSRP. Sorry. Spoiler alert. But between my website and card shows, it sells out. And every time Distro does a restock, they price it right off of market price. So I have to plan accordingly. It sucks, but it's what has to be done in order to keep afloat. Keep an eye out for stock. So we should be getting 2-pack blisters, 3-pack blisters. No, not even 3-pack blisters. Just 2-pack blisters, mini tins, ETBs, and a Pokemon Day product. So one thing that is really dumb that doesn't make sense to me is Pokemon, since they delayed Wave 1 of the 2-pack, you think they could be like, hey, on February 20th, we're going to do Wave 2 of the 3-pack blisters. We're going to do Wave 1 of the 2-pack and Wave 2 of the 2-pack since we delayed it in the first place. Nope, not happening. Not happening. Pokemon said, no way. Keep things as scarce as possible. Wave 2 will come a different time, even though this February 20th release could give a lot of market relief if they did Wave 1, Wave 2 of the 2-pack, 3-pack, and then at least Wave 1 of the ETB and Wave 1 of the mini tins. You think they would be caught up? They're not. They're not. And for all the people that are sitting here saying, oh, you know what is going to happen? Pokemon, all this printing facility BS, they're going to catch up on everything from Scarlet and Violet all the way up till now. No, they're not. If they do, sweet. I'll be pleasantly surprised and I'll love it. Please do it, because I love cheaper things. I love buying people's fear. I love all that stuff. I want prices to crash so I can buy people's fear. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen like that. Not like that. Maybe for future sets, but for the previous sets, everyone's like, the Pokemon going to come out and you're going to fix it all. No, it's not going to fix it all. Unfortunately, not. So, a couple of things to remember. A lot of people dogged on Phantasmal Flames, right? They're like, oh my gosh, Phantasmal Flames, terrible set, so mid. The prices are going to dump. They're going to be terrible. And what we did see is people thought when Wave 2 hit, Phantasmal Flames would be sub $200 once Wave 2 hit. But I don't think what people took into account and what actually happened is everybody sold their Wave 1 and Wave 2 at the same time on TCG Player. And then when Wave 2 was going to hit, it never actually hit because it already sold. It already sold. That's why the prices went down. And then all they did is continue to go up. Now, I think we're going to see the same sentiment with Ascended Heroes. Because here's what I know. A lot of people think this set is mid. They are dogging on it. They're like, oh, the Gengar sucks. And it's like, this is a cool Gengar. I love the Gengar in the set. Dragonite, I personally don't love. But when I vended at the last card show that I did, everybody loved the Dragonite. They were going crazy about Mega Dream. I sold like 20 booster boxes. People were going nuts. So, looking at this, I would not be surprised because there's not a lot of availability on certain products like these mini tins. A lot of them are already sold out. There's only 26 here. And after $28, which is the market price, $28, very religiously selling at $28, there's only 5 more left at $28, and then it's $39 on from there. Now, one of two things can happen. You're going to see maybe a lot of shops did not post their stock, and you'll see some price dumps and panic selling at that point. But like I said, with Phantasmal Flames, that didn't happen. You might see that these are the only ones left, and then it sticks in the 30s for a while. Possibly goes up or just stays stagnant there. But yeah, it may not go the way people are thinking. And like I said in another video, YouTube is a huge echo chamber. The loud opinions of what people claim to be true collectors on YouTube, but let's face it, the YouTube true collectors were not the ones putting in money into the market or products when it was cheap and undesirable. They were not the ones buying into things. In fact, Whatnot was driving the market during that time. They were buying up and ripping Obsidian Flames like crazy. My website and local stores and everything else, they were not being bought. And the YouTube sentiment was, all this Pokemon crap is trash. It's not valuable, non-investable. And then as soon as it got investable and started getting bought out, all the true collectors on YouTube that didn't care about this stuff when it was cheap were like, oh my gosh, I can't get it. It's for the kids. I don't know. Yeah. So the loud opinions on YouTube, that doesn't mean you're right. Being loud doesn't make you right. Kind of reminds me of some other things, but being loud does not make you right. And the market speaks for itself, unfortunately. So the mini tins could potentially go up or down. Who knows? I'm only getting one case of it. I don't know how much everybody else is getting. Stores could get flooded with this stuff, but maybe not. I don't know. The 3-pack blisters sold out in my area instantly. It did not last. I kind of wish they'd come out with a UPC for Ascended Heroes. I think that would have been cool. A UPC or SPC, maybe someday, but probably not. I feel like it will have been announced already. So disappointing. The 2-pack blisters with the promo, the Larry promo, and there's another one too, but I didn't pull it up. $36 market price. Very religious in that price. $36. They were higher. Obviously, they dropped down. 54 was ridiculous, but here's the thing. Only 92 of them are left. We're at 36. The only ones you can buy right now are $45. That's it. Sorry. My cat found some paper and is tearing it up. I apologize about the background noise. yeah, so there's not a ton on here. And very quickly, we go from the 30s to the 40s. So it'll be interesting to see, like I said, have stores already posted their stuff or what's going on? Because anybody else posting it outside of a store setting, it's going to be above market. It has to be because they bought it at a crappy price. What blows my mind is these 2-packs are more expensive, or just as expensive as the 3-pack, and we don't even know what the promo looks like. There's a lot of faith in that damn promo. Kind of crazy. Mega Evolution 3-pack blister. Or sorry, Mega Evolution Ascended Heroes. My bad. My brain's not fully turned on right now. As we see here, $37, very religious market price, but it did at one point jump back up to $39. We do have some 38s sprinkled here. 8 of them were bought at $38, $38, $38. So could jump back up. And as far as what we have, all you can buy right now actually is $38 ones. There are a lot more of this out on the market, but I feel like it's people that bought them and are now trying to get a quick flip. But $38 right here, and that's all that's left. Is once you hit, we're at this 38 mark, and after that jumps up to 40, and then very quickly gets up to more closer to the $45 range. Crazy, but I do like that Charmander promo. Now, Ascended Heroes Elite Trainer Box, ETB. Here we are. 136. This thing has been on a little bit of a roller coaster too. This thing was selling for quite a bit. 179, dipped down all the way to 117, jumped back up to 162, and now we're kind of more normalized at 137, 136 market, but they're more going for 137. You see 2 123s that got bought up, but other than that, pretty much 137 across the board. 137 across the board, which is not far from Prismatic Evolution's starting price, and Prismatic even dumped down below 100 at one point. But I'm only getting 2 cases of this. It's going to be very interesting to see what big box stores get and local card stores. I know a lot of my local card stores maybe got 1 case. I got 2. I got lucky. But here we are, 137. But then after that, 123 plus $14 shipping. I hate it when they do that. 137, lots of 137s actually across the board. But once we get down to the bottom here, we're at the 145 range, and it only goes up to their second page. Bottom of it is 179, which is ridiculous. That's crazy. 164, like, wow. Holy crap, wow. 136, even as a starting price for this, is pretty crazy on release. Again, it'll be interesting to see how many gets put on here. Did people already pre-order those? And this 137 is the price, or is a ton more going to hit the TCG player market? I don't know, because I feel like stores probably already pre-ordered theirs, because Perfect Order, we have the invoice for that coming soon, the release for that soon. So I feel like stores probably already sold theirs. They probably already pre-sold it. You're going to have to get lucky at big box stores. But if it's anything like the 3-pack blisters, not looking good. Not looking good. At least it didn't get delayed. I was expecting this to get delayed. I did get, I mean, it's already halfway here. Not delayed. So that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. But I don't expect this to change too much. And if it does, sweet. That means buy it up. If it dips down to like 100, buy it up. Because if we've seen what Prismatic has been doing, if we've seen any kind of specialty set, like these things, when they go down, but it's very brief, and then it's game over, right? There will be a second wave of them, but on the second wave, I'm getting even less. I'm only getting 1 case of ETBs. And am I even going to sell them? I probably won't. I'm probably going to hold on to my cases, because first and foremost, I like sealed collecting. And if I'm not getting that many ETBs, I'm better off holding them. And I'll just hold on to that cost for a minute. And again, that's why I made a Pokemon store in the first place to get the cheapest entry point for my Pokemon investments and then sell the other stuff to pay it off, right? So very interesting. And I think long term, Ascended Heroes is going to do well. I've been saying this in other videos, but I feel like these specialty sets in Scarlet and Violet, maybe not Black and White as much, but all the other sets, they have God packs. And when you hit a God pack, whether it's Ascended, Prismatic, whatever, they are worth quite a bit of money. There's a lot of value in them. Other Sword and Shield sets, no God packs. I feel like long term, these have a chance of beating out Sword and Shield sets, pack price. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Everyone's always like, oh, the hyper modern, the blah, blah, blah. You know what, though? People keep speaking with their wallets. They do. And even if this crashes down, awesome. Let it crash down. Buy people's fear. Who cares? Who cares if it crashes down? Because if it's been 137 before, you know it's going to be 137 again. That's how it works. Like, look at Bitcoin, got up to 125 and now it's crashed down below into the $65,000 to $68,000 range. And when I first started looking at it, it was very, very much so consistent at 77. And so I'm sitting here buying Bitcoin in the 60-ish thousand range, knowing that if it made it up to 125 at some point, it'll get up there again. And why do I say that? Because during its entire life history, since like 2014, it's been doing that. And Pokemon, since its entire life history, has been doing that too. Are there crappy sets that take forever to gain any kind of value? And are there Sword and Shield sets that are even still to this day cheaper than Scarlet and Violet sets? Absolutely. But they've gone up. They have gone up. Some slow. Some products go up slow. Some products go up fast. But you know what? On those slow products, once you get to a point to where you gain a good decent chunk from where you're at, if you got in at a good price, like distro pricing, then all of a sudden you can sell that, put it into something better. It's all opportunity. It's all how you look at it. Everybody on YouTube is going to twist it this way, that way. I can make my stuff seem right, but I can also go through and pull up different data and make myself wrong, But at the end of the day, if you're trying to get your investment advice from a YouTuber, you're already off. You need to make your own decisions. If you look at people that buy at card shows, they've been in the hobby for so long, making their own decisions. They're super wealthy in the product they've been hoarding and flipping and switching throughout the years. Like, they don't even know what happens on YouTube. That's why it's an echo chamber. You have a lot of loud people on YouTube that comment, and very hostile comments. Like, geez, calm down. You guys, like, say some really loud, borderline violent stuff. You're kind of nuts. 100%. Not my viewers. My viewers, you're all very good, level-headed, smart people. But the ones that aren't subscribed and make some crazy comments, holy hell, you guys need to breathe some fresh air, for sure. Take a deep breath, a big belly breath, like Miss Rachel says. It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, YouTube is its own world. Whatnot is its own world. Card shows are its own world. But you know what? The most free thinking, most wealthy in product people with Pokemon, I've kind of been finding are the people that go to card shows and wheel and deal and do their thing, for sure. That's just my opinion, though. What does it matter? None of it really matters. But what does matter is becoming a Helldiver and taking over Cyberstan. We're going to go do that now. But thank you all for watching. You all are awesome. I hope you all have a good night. Don't do anything crazy.